Discovery is the first phase in delivering a digital service, and it sort of could be understood as, let's say, a scoping phase, where you create a shared understanding of what the service is, who is it for, why is it important, and sort of what does a good service look like, so that you get a sense of the kinds of issues you need to start exploring and potentially testing in the subsequent phase. You start by reading lots of information. So at the point by which you get to a discovery phase, any government department will have thought about its digital strategy, it will have published it, it will have involved a lot of people in sort of defining that vision. So what you want to do is familiarize yourself with what sort of has already been published and what potentially you may not know. So you want to sort of understand what are the knowns and what are the unknowns, and those are the ones that you want to discover. You do it in about, let's say, 3 phases, and you roughly sort of want to take about 3 to 4 weeks to do the whole thing. So after you've sort of done your research and preparation, then you want to get the right people in the room for a series of workshops. You want to understand, by the time you finish discovering, you want to understand really clearly who are the users of a service, what are the most important things they need, and also how potentially would you go about developing a new service, and who would be the people that you would need to put in place to start with an alpha. You will know that discovery is finished when you've sort of met 3 or 4 main things. So the first thing is you will have a really clear idea of the scope of the new digital service, and you will have a shared understanding and buy-in from all the senior stakeholders into what are you actually trying to prove and achieve. You will have a pretty good idea of how you're going to measure success, and before that you will know what success looks like. And then, most of all, you will have start thinking about all the different people that need to be involved in building an alpha. Be prepared to challenge any assumption, and I mean really any assumption. So start asking why, and then always ask why one more time. And some really interesting things will come up, especially as you're trying to understand, when people articulate a vision for a service that they want, and asking them why they can't do this today. Well, actually, not taking anything for granted will oftentimes uncover some pretty deep-rooted assumptions that are quite important, and oftentimes, if not challenged, would potentially derail the project because you will have started off the wrong track.